And what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Talkin' NASCAR podcast. This is Talkin' NASCAR podcast, episode number 98. Getting so close to 100. Garry is here.
Hello.
Again. So, we got a lot to talk about. The Roval is in the books, meaning that there is a playoff cutoff for both Xfinity and Cup. So, we'll go over who got eliminated, who didn't, as well as the races themselves and everything that happened there. Got a couple of things for silly season news to talk about, and then at the end we will preview Las Vegas this weekend. So, should be very, very exciting there. But first, we gotta talk about the Roval. So, Xfinity and Cup are racing this weekend. For Xfinity, Sam Mayer jumped the start, which I thought was funny. How the fuck do you jump the start of the race? Like, what the fuck? How do you do that? It was pretty calm after that till the big one struck late in the second stage. Riley Herbst, Sheldon Creed, Ryan Sieg, several others were collected. Had a big playoff shake-up there. Ziani, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he hit the tire barrier hard. His car was destroyed after going into the tire barrier. Thankfully, he was okay. But then we got kind of a setup of a good finish. Obviously it was the Xfinity playoff cutoff, and Parker Kligerman, pretty much in a must-win situation, seemingly has his first career Xfinity win in the bag. He comes to take the white flag, and then the caution comes out, and it's like, oh my goodness, Parker Kligerman's going to win a race for once in his retirement season. Woo! Yeah! Woo! It's going to be good. And then he didn't. Because NASCAR determined that the caution had come out mere inches before Kligerman had crossed the line. Mere inches. Why? Why? It was for Leland Honeyman going into the tires, which, yeah, that deserves a caution because he was stuck in a heavy racing surface area. The controversy is when you called the caution, though, NASCAR. You should have called it earlier. It should have been called before the white flag. But you waited too long, so you just should have waited till Kligerman crossed the line and then thrown the caution. Instead, you decided to do neither of the good options and do the one that sucks the most. This is exactly like the All-Star race a couple of years ago when Ryan Blaney, with a lap to go, was just mere feet, and the caution came out. But thankfully, on that night, Ryan Blaney still won the race. That was not the case here this weekend. As on the ensuing restarts, Mayer was able to make a race-winning pass for the lead by bumping into Parker Kligerman. Kligerman could not respond because he had a tire going down due to the contact, and Sam Mayer drove home with the win. To say that Kligerman got fucked over is not even putting it close for how bullshitty that must feel. You had not just getting into the next round, not just winning in your retirement season, but your first career Xfinity Series win right there. And NASCAR ripped it right out of your hand. Said, nope, you can't have it. So that really sucked for Kligerman. As for Sam Mayer, though, he needed to win as well after getting that penalty, the DQ penalty last week. He was in a must-win situation to get to the round of 8, and he was able to do it, so he moves on. As for everybody that was eliminated, after Shane Van Gisbergen was eliminated, he had a strong car, but needed to really win. He wasn't much of a factor at the end. Sheldon Creed was eliminated after his wreck. Same with Riley Herbst was eliminated. And, of course, Parker Kligerman sadly was eliminated from the playoffs. But that was the Xfinity race. I don't know if you have any other thoughts about it, Gary, or no.
There would have been a party if Parker Kligerman would have won. The next day, since he's a part of the pit crew.
Right. Probably would have been. Yeah, it really sucks. Really, really sucks. As for the Cup race, things were a little crazier. Corey LaJoie lost a motor early. Sucks. Boo-hoo.
Next.
Chase Briscoe had a tire failure in the second stage. It didn't look that severe, but it apparently sparked some mechanical issues that were enough to take him out of the race, which ended his playoff chances. He needed to win to move on, and ended up not winning, obviously. John Hunter Nemechek wrecked out in the third stage, along with a few other cars like Eric Jones. So it was a pretty bad turn for the Legacy Motor Club there. Ty Gibbs, right around that same time, had a mechanical failure. He was out of the race after that. And then a late caution was sparked by Austin Dillon losing an entire wheel, as if shit has not already hit enough of a fan for him this season. But it didn't really matter, because it didn't really affect the outcome of the win at all, because Kyle Larson was pretty dominant all day. Just like he was at the Bristol race, he has now become the king of the cutoff races and wins another one in dominating fashion, to move on. I guess he was already locked in, but he still won and moved on. Which sucks for me, because I had Shane Van Gisbergen, and he did not get the win in fantasy. So, again. So originally it was, originally the drivers that were eliminated were Chase Briscoe, Daniel Suarez, Austin Cindric, and Joey Logano. That was until a few hours after the race, when NASCAR decided to disqualify Alex Bowman after he failed post-race inspection due to the not meeting the weight requirement. Which meant Bowman was then eliminated because he was conveniently docked to a 38th place finish, which allowed Joey Logano to advance. So Bowman was eliminated along with Cindric, Suarez, and Chase Briscoe from the playoffs. Not as surprising for, considering, kind of their season-long performances and whatnot. But Bowman and Cindric especially had really strong starts to the playoffs. I thought they could have maybe made a run to the final 8. But they kind of faltered at the end. And you know what? Such is life. Such is life. I know Hitmaster's not happy about the penalty, though. Surprisingly, Hendrick is not going to appeal, which is weird. Because they had a good case for appeal, I thought. Because Bowman jumped the curb early on in the race, and you can see parts flying out from underneath his car when that happens. So that would affect his final weight of the car. But they did not, I guess they just don't care enough, or they don't think that would be enough of a reason, and so they're not going to appeal. And the penalty will stand. I'll let Hitmaster get some of his thoughts in.
NASCAR basically decided, I don't care that Joey Logano got in. To be honest, I really don't care who got in the 8th pick. Just to know that NASCAR just wants to put at least 2 Penske cars in instead of 4 dominant, a whole season, Hendrick cars in just because of one singular thing is bullshit to me. But to be honest, it doesn't matter because it's over anyways. So I mean, there's no use in trying to argue with it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I would at least think they would have tried to appeal it.
It would have been the first time Hendrick Motorsports had all 4 drivers into the round 8, and NASCAR has to ruin it like they always do to everyone.
True.
They did good things last week. Now they're doing what they usually do.
True.
Terrible.
But that was the Roval. Pretty good racing weekend overall, I'd say. Nothing special. I mean, it's the Roval. The new configuration, yeah, it provided a new type of racing that we hadn't seen at the Roval before, but also, no, just go back to the Oval. But they won't.
Right.
They won't. Anyway, there was one penalty post-Roval. It was for Austin Dillon's loose wheel. 2 crew members are suspended for 2 races as a result of the loose wheel. So, sucks to be them, I guess. Not like they were going to probably win a race anyways. So, anyway, otherwise, let's just go over quickly the point standings following this last weekend's race. Let's see if I can find it here. There we go. So the Truck Series standings stay the same, so we'll not talk about those. The Xfinity standings, however, have changed. Now down to just 8 drivers. Sammy Smith is 8th, 19 points back. AJ Allmendinger 19 points back for Sammy Smith, 18 for AJ Allmendinger in 7th. Jesse Love is 6th, 12 points back. Sam Mayer is 8 points back in 5th. Chandler Smith 8 points ahead in 4th. Austin Hill 9 points ahead in 3rd. Cole Custer 11 points ahead in 2nd. And Justin Allgaier sits atop again, 18 points above the cut line going into Las Vegas. Anyway, Cup race, or for the Cup standings, Joey Logano barely getting in is 11 points behind in 8th. Chase Elliott 9 points back in 7th. Denny Hamlin 8 points back in 6th. Ryan Blaney 4 points back in 5th. William Byron 4 points ahead in 4th. Tyler Reddick 10 ahead in 3rd. Christopher Bell is 13 ahead in 2nd, and Kyle Larson obviously sits at the top, 33 points above the cut line. So he's got a good buffer to work with going into the next round. But everything else pretty tightly packed between both series so far. So still a lot of racing to go, even though we are getting kind of down to the nitty gritty a little bit. Anyway, that was all I had for the Roval, so we can just put it in the books. Do a few silly season things. This isn't really super NASCAR related. I mean, it's about Haley Deegan, so I'll talk about it real quick. But she's going to the Indy Next program next year in 2025. She's going to try her hand at open wheel racing, which, like, what the fuck?
Well, actually, I think it's really good for her, at least right now. This is what happened in NASCAR, which I really hope doesn't happen in the IndyCar. In my opinion, keep her in the Indy and XT car, because until she can win races, like, oh, I don't know. Who's that one guy? Scott Dixon. Until she can, win races decently, like he does, or Will Power does, most likely I'll do a talk show on that for IndyCar. When I get to it, I just go to my channel, you'll see more. But she needs to be learned a couple things, from going to stock car to IndyCar. I mean, it's very different.
Yeah, it is.
She was on a couple road courses. What, in the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series? Wow, congratulations! You're going from oval to almost road courses. Good luck.
I mean, we'll see how it pans out for her, but I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe I'll go to the Detroit Grand Prix next year just to see her race.
True. The only other piece of news that I had was there was news that was broke that a Joe Gibbs Racing engineer stole data and sold it to another team. This is absolutely insane news. Because what the fuck? Let's see. Where the fuck? Here we go. NASCAR aware of allegations the team's engineers stole intellectual property, gave it to a rival team. This is ABC, so I'm very, very, very accurate source here. Seeing they haven't recovered NASCAR in 10 years. Um, trying to figure out if we know what data they stole or what kinds of data or who they sold it to or whatever. So it was a team with no cars in the playoffs. Okay. Paid the engineer cash in exchange for setup information. That is pretty wild. That is pretty damn wild, I will say. But that's going to be interesting to see where that goes, because that is a wild allegation and just a wild thing for somebody to do right in the middle of the playoffs, especially at a big team like Joe Gibbs Racing.
When you got, what, Denny Hamlin and... Is it just Denny Hamlin? No, Chris Buescher. No, Chris Buescher. Oh my god, how many times am I going to do this? Christopher Bell, there we go. At this point, I should just call Chris Buescher Christopher Buescher. I mean... I mean... At this point... But yeah.
That's just wild. Anyway... That's all I had for news. I don't know if you had anything, Gary, at all, or...
I can check on Facebook real quick to see if anything with Gorgon Oil, because we haven't even talked about Gorgon Oil yet. Well, I guess I have to do it on my phone, because my computer wants to be a bitch.
What?
It's alright. I can get it quickly on my phone here. Give me 1 second here. But yeah. Leave it down in the comments of what we should do for... Sorry, my computer is dying on me today. You guys are just going to see this.
Ceiling POV? Not POV, I guess. Ceiling view?
There we go. Alright. Now. Yeah. Let us know what you guys want us to do on episode 100. Maybe I can purchase iRacing for Tyler and me and him can race each other for an episode. It'll go on my channel, but I mean, hey.
True.
I'll do a live stream of it.
True.
Where he can be my spotter. and we could just race at Talladega.
Turn right. Turn right. Turn right. That's what I would say.
Turn left. Okay.
I just make you drive backwards the entire race.
Bet. All right, let's see here. I know there is at Owasso Speedway, they are taking down every single bleachers, and they are putting in new ones, and the backstretch is going to look like a spotter's nest, basically, is what it is. Let's see. So it says right here. Oh, no. Never mind. So since days ago. Oh, this is just them thanking a sponsor. I guess there hasn't been anything.
Rest in peace.
So far. They're just talking about their.
It is the off season, so.
Yeah. Let's see about Owasso Speedway and see if they've done anything. 8 new things. Let's see. 5 days ago.
Hunk metal. Strength. Yeah.
So when I was talking about the stands are going to be taken out, here's a picture of it, like, at the moment.
Wild.
So that's the back stretch that has all the dirt on it. What I think they're going to do, because they had a huge, they're going to put a little spotter's nest so that maybe soon the Wheel-In Modified series can come to Owasso. If the Wheel-In Modified comes to Owasso, let us know if we should do it.
You want us to drive in the Wheel-In Modified series?
No!
Oh.
I was saying we could go.
Oh.
To one of those races.
Yeah, you probably go.
That's what I'm. Yeah, definitely. Let's get into the 2-seater and race with pros.
Yeah. Duh.
Let's be the
You're saying I'm not a pro driver?
Yes, I am.
Damn, Gary. Confidence is key. It's a 1/4-mile track. How bad could it be? It's not a 1/4-mile track, is it? It's a fucking 3/10 oval or whatever the fuck it's called.
Correct.
Same thing.
If the Wheel-In Modified comes in, we could add Ann to it. Maybe, make this a Pringleson and Company crew.
True.
I'd be down. I'd take a day off or 2.
True. You need to take multiple days off when we crash.
Guys, I can't come into work. Why? My friends decided to drink and crash into a tree. My legs are broken. That's how it be.
Hey, boss, I can't come into work today. Why is that? Well, my head's fused to the asphalt here at this racetrack because I crashed my car in the race.
How did you crash your car into the race? I brake checked someone. I tried to do a cow bush.
True.
Or no, sorry, I tried to do a Danica Patrick, but
True.
instead I wasn't the Dave Rudiman. I was the Danica Patrick.
True. Anyway, we don't have any other news. We can preview Las Vegas.
Time to look up the entry lists.
I don't know. I think all 3 series are racing this weekend.
For people that watch football, because I know we do,
They're not.
Prayers up to Aiden Hutchinson, our boy, Aiden Hutchinson. That leg injury that destroyed me. Have a fantasy football league championship Super Bowl trophy right next to me, and I feel sad because he probably won't be there. So, NASCAR entry list.
So for the Xfinity race, who do you think is going to win?
If I can find the entry list. Okay. So I'm gonna go with. I was gonna go with Jeb Burton, but I'm not going to.
Wild.
I'm gonna go with Riley Herbst.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Justin Allgaier again. It's hard to pick against him. So.
And now, the chips. Now, I don't know who won last week. Between me and Tyler, he had Brad Keselowski. I had Ty Gibbs. And it looks
means
like
I won, baby. Because Ty Gibbs did not finish the race. Woo! Woo!
Oh, yeah, he did. He had an injury problem. So that means you did win. Okay. Like normal.
That's right, baby.
So that means Tyler will get to go first. I'm going to put the Ty Gibbs one in here. You lucky bastard.
That's right, baby. That's right, baby.
Have to get Ty Gibbs out. Pick one random. Hopefully this happens. I really do hope this happens. For one final time. Will this be the last? Yeah, will this be the last ever pick we both get? Because soon Martin Truex will be done.
True. I'm hoping he does. Doesn't seem like he has a lot of firepower in him to try and get that last win because of his performances. But
he's gotten close.
Yeah, a couple times. He's gotten
Maybe
close.
he wins that Daytona next year.
True.
Maybe he gets his one Daytona 500.
True.
Probably not, but
who knows? Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of the Talking NASCAR podcast. If you want to be a guest on the Talking NASCAR podcast, all you got to do is join the Pringles London Company Discord. Links in the description down below. Request a Talking NASCAR role, either me or Hitmaster, or work at a time, get you on, talk some NASCAR. It's be a lot of fun. Anyways, that's going to do though for this video, so stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more stuff from both me and Hitmaster. And until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.